Alright, now before I start this video, I would like to say that the Burger King I will be talking about in this video is not the same Burger King from the My Horrible Experience at a Burger King video I made a year ago. This is a completely different Burger King. I bet there's a bunch of comments on this video already. Anyways guys, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new to my channel, I upload videos about my life, my pet peeves, and my childhood. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. Helps my channel grow, and I appreciate every little bit of support that I get. By the way, if you've worked at Burger King or any other fast food joint, please leave a comment below telling me your story of when you worked at a fast food restaurant, because working at fast food is the best, am I right guys? Anyway, it's time to talk about my time working at Burger King. Alright, so 2 months ago, I asked my dad if I can open my very own bank account since I had some money I wanted to deposit. So I do, and then me and my dad start going around looking for a job that I could apply for. Now, the first job that I applied for was a hardware store. I got the application for it and filled it out, and the next day it was unfortunately denied since they were full on staff, which was understandable, I guess. So after the hardware store denied my application, we tried out Little Caesars. Thankfully, they were looking for some new people to hire. So I applied for the job, and the next day I had the interview. Now, let me tell you, I was not expecting the interview to be incredibly awkward. It was awkward because when I first met the interviewer, he stuck his hand out so we could shake hands. But you have to remember that we're in the middle of a pandemic. So I held up my hand to shake his hand, but like a complete dumbass, I pulled my hand away, and after I did that, I just died on the inside, and I honestly felt bad for the person interviewing me. Must have thought I was one of those people who wore an anti-social club shirt or something like that. I don't know. So anyways, I sit down on a chair and he asked me the usual questions that pretty much any interviewer would ask someone. And of course, I did not maintain eye contact because to be honest, I feel uncomfortable doing so for some reason. I don't know, just something about it makes things awkward for me. But that didn't help because not having good eye contact made things even more awkward. So the interview ends, and the interviewers said that they had a lot of applications to go through and that they would give me a call if I got the job. And can you guess what happened? Yeah, they never called. But let me tell you guys, before you go into an interview, remember to maintain eye contact, speak clearly, and practice with someone else. And just don't do what I did, okay? In other words, try not to feel like you're being held hostage, alright? Good. Now, at this point, I was kind of losing hope since 2 jobs didn't hire me until I had an idea. I asked my dad if I could try to apply at Burger King, and he said I could try. So me and my dad walk into the Burger King and ask the person at the front counter if I could apply for a job. They tell me to go to a website to do so. And with that, me and my dad went home, I went on the website and filled out the application and submitted it. Later on, my dad said he needed to grab some stuff from Target, and I went with him since I didn't really have anything better to do at the time. And while in the store, I get a call from, you guessed it, Burger King. And they told me that I had orientation tomorrow and that I was essentially hired. Now, hearing this, I was pretty excited. So after me and my dad got home from Target, I just chilled out and played video games until I had to go to bed. I woke up the next day and got ready for orientation at the Burger King. We get to Burger King and my dad drops me off. Then one of the workers at the Burger King hands me a tablet and tells me that I have to watch a series of training videos to help me get ready for the job. So, for the next 2 days, it was just me sitting at a table, watching boring tutorials and taking quizzes on those videos. But after I got done watching all the videos, I actually got to work the next day. For the first day on the job, I just distributed food at the drive-thru window, which was pretty easy. Afterward, I started handing out food for the drive-thru, which was also pretty easy. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the things that I hated about my job. Let's dive in. The first thing that I hated about my job was the fact that every single day there would be about only 4 to 2 employees working at the most, with no manager present whatsoever. And to be honest, this was a real pain in the ass to deal with since every single customer's food took ages to get out. Not even kidding, every single day, every customer would have to spend at least 30 minutes waiting in line at the drive-thru. And when they came to the last window, they would usually be quite pissed off. And honestly, I don't blame them for being pissed off. Now, I'm not saying it didn't suck to get yelled at over and over, because it did. But if I were in the angry customer's shoes, I would probably be screaming at the person handing out the food too. By the way, before you say we're slow at handing out the food because of the fact there's barely any staff, you're wrong. There was one day where we had, I believe, 4 people working, and we were just going through orders like it was no one's business. So I'm guessing that my coworkers were lazy, or I was secretly working with a bunch of sloths disguised as humans. Or both, I don't know. Could be anyone's guess, to be honest. But yeah, a total pain in the ass. Now, this was my favorite part of every shift, doing dishes. Now, this part of the job was easy and quite relaxing since I got to listen to Spotify while doing them. But just because there were a few good things to say about it, that does not mean that there isn't anything bad to say about it. Over time, it got a bit tedious, and when I run out of dishes to clean, I feel like I'm finished, but then I look behind me and notice that there are more dishes to clean. Fantastic. After I finally finish up with the dishes for good, my hands are all wrinkly, which sucked, and I have to put all the dishes on a shelf once they're done drying up. And once that gets done, and I have like an hour left on my shift, I just go back to drive-thru. But if I have like 5 minutes left on the shift, I just restock the condiments and the napkin dispensers. Now, remember when I talked about how this Burger King that I worked at always had low staff? Well, sometimes there would be literally one goddamn person in the store. So they literally had no choice but to close the whole store down so more people could come in, which was annoying to deal with since whenever I arrived to work, the front door would be locked. So there was literally no way for me to get in. And no, I didn't have a key to the store. I literally had to sit in the car with my dad and wait for someone to open up the doors. It was absolutely ridiculous. There were times where I had to get their attention and wave my hands at them through the window like I'm some sort of creepo stalker or some shit. Most of the time, it would take them a while to realize that I was trying to get in, which made me late, which was BS, but when I finally got in, it would take at least 2 hours for people to start finally coming into the store to work. And during those 2 hours, you know what I did? Do you really want to know? I literally sat my ass down and scrolled through Twitter. And before you say, Nick, you lazy bastard, why didn't you mop the floors or something during that time? Well, the thing is, my friends, they didn't even care. But eventually, they got sick of me being on my phone, so I stopped. But just let that sink in. I got paid for literally scrolling on my phone. Now, if that doesn't say something about how poorly managed the store is, then I don't know what will, to be honest. Taking out the trash was a piece of cake. It's probably slightly better than doing the dishes since it was easy, it was short and sweet, and it was nice to stroll around outside. The only thing I didn't really like about it was when the drinks sometimes spilled out of the garbage and onto the road, and the fact that the trash left a liquid trail behind it, which was gross, but it's whatever. It was not a problem for me. Now, everyone knows that restaurants are required to wear masks during this pandemic, right? Right. And that's what I and my coworkers did. Well, not so much with my coworkers. My coworkers would wear masks, but they didn't cover their nose, which was not safe. I think me and one other coworker put our masks over our noses. Not even the managers or supervisors would put their masks over their noses. And this one coworker I worked with literally handed out food while her mask was under her chin. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to say something to her and my other coworkers, but if I did, I would just be told, ugh, it doesn't matter. Well, newsflash, it does matter. Jesus Christ, it's like they wanted the place to get shut down or something. Now, I understand that you get out of breath easily with the mask on, but it's either being short on breath or potentially giving the customer a virus that everyone is afraid of. Choose wisely, Chuckle Nuts. Choose wisely. By the way, there was a time where the health inspector came in the store and she saw one of my coworkers not putting her mask over her nose, so she told her to, and she did. However, when the health inspector left the store, my coworker went back to not having the mask over her nose. To be honest, I'm surprised the health inspector didn't just shut the store down after seeing how careless my coworkers with the masks. Now, if you've been watching this far, you're probably thinking, wow, This place has the worst management in any Burger King ever. And you know what? You'd be right. The higher-ups are more careless than all of my co-workers combined. They did nothing to improve on the store's anomalies, and they usually blamed us on most things. For example, I wasn't able to learn how to take people's orders because no one was there to teach me. And they started saying that they would teach me, but I kept quote-unquote refusing, which is not true whatsoever. Not once have I said I didn't want to learn how to use the register. In fact, I was more than happy to learn how to use the register, considering how shit the store is being ran. Now, I've said a lot of bad things about the store, but here are some of my favorite things about it. Okay, now I'm gonna speed through the section because this video has been going on for long enough. First, after every shift, I got to bring home a free large drink. Second, meals were half off since I was a crew member. Third, the job paid really well. Fourth, it got me busy, which was good. Fifth, my coworkers were nice to me. And last, I got to keep a cool looking uniform that I'll probably wear this Halloween. And yeah, that's really all the good things I have to say about the job. Now, it should be obvious to why I quit, but I'll explain it anyway. I quit because of all the previous things I mentioned, and because of the fact that working there kind of affected my mental health, which sucked. Every day I would absolutely dread waking up to go to work, because I'm gonna be honest, I really disliked it. At times I would oversleep and be about 10 minutes late to my job, which sucked, but it's not like the managers cared anyway. The last time I tried to go to work, the door was closed, and it looked like no one was in the store at all. They were probably smoking or something, but I don't really care. So I went back into the car with my dad and waited, but nobody opened the door. And with that, I told him that I wanted to quit. And so I did. And really, that was that. In conclusion, guys, if you want to get a job, make sure to do some research on it before applying for it. Like, read some of the reviews. Basically, don't judge a book by its cover. In other words, don't go into a job only thinking of the perks you'll be granted for while working there. Think of what others think about it, and then consider applying for it. And maybe let this video be a lesson and a warning towards all you people out there looking for a job. The moral of the story is, be cautious. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Now, before I end this video, I'm sorry for being gone for 2 weeks. My mental health has been kind of taking a toll on me lately, and I just lost the motivation to make videos for a while. But now I'm back, and I'll try my hardest to make more videos as often as possible. However, I cannot guarantee that, so take that with a slight grain of salt. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, join my Discord server, follow me on Twitter, share this video with your friends, turn on post notifications so you do not miss an upload, and leave a comment below telling me about your experience at your first job. I read every single comment I get, and I love reading them as well. Anyways, guys, I'm Nick, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching.